With the Tokyo Game Show just a few weeks ago, I taught about all the excellent games that never leave Japan. Before the internet, region exclusives or Japanese-only games were a big deal. But the world has gotten smaller. Digital games publishing allows anyone around the world to sell a computer game. Gone is the need to convince a Western publisher to localize your work. Now all the developers have to do is press publish. With the world at our fingertips, has import titles become a thing of the past? Believe it or not, they haven't. And I can bet you good money you never heard of these. Yokai Watch 4 came out 5 years ago and has never left the country. Our character wears a wristwatch that allows him to shift between 3 different time periods and summon Japanese folklore creatures called the yokai. The yokai actually make up your fighting party in the game's battles, but the monsters you don't control will have very unpredictable behaviour based on their personality. While I can't imagine anyone out there needing yet another RPG game, Dragon Quest X is a great choice. This RPG game takes place in the world of Astoria, and in true RPG fashion, it is up to you to save that world from a demonic invasion. You will battle enemies and level up across 5 different locations, and if you get the DLC, even a cruise ship. If the name sounds familiar, that is because Dragon Quest is a franchise with games sold worldwide. Dragon Quest X is the exception. It used to be an online game, but Square Enix has now made it an offline game. Do note that this may mean that a Western release is possible, but in the meantime, it just had a big DLC release last year and is available on import for both the PlayStation 5, Switch, or if you have access to a Japanese Steam account. But how about something you can play with your friends? Arcade Love plus Penguo is a collection of quirky arcade games you can play alone or as a 4-player PvP. Bonus points if you have a 5th friend in the group that can use Google Translate and tell you and your mates what's going on. When you consider how eclectic the Nintendo eShop is and all the shovelware it has, it completely eludes us to why this game hasn't been made available for sale outside of Japan. If you're in the market for a new video games console, there's still value to that disk drive. The Switch, PS5 and Xbox Series X have no region lock. It will cost you. Dealers that specialise in import titles will add their markup, and if you're in Europe, you'll also be liable for import tax too. Importing Japanese titles was always an expensive hobby, and that hasn't changed. But these days we do have Google Translate on our smartphones, and that should make things a little easier.